Salam! Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Hassan and I have helped more than 1000 clients and 25 different agencies configuring Facebook Pixel on their WooCommerce store using Google Tag Manager. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I configure Facebook Pixel's initiate checkout event on the WooCommerce stores using Google Tag Manager. So we can track that event when the user goes from the cart page to the final checkout page and start filling out their information. This event is really helpful if you are trying to see how many users are actually viewing your product and then going to the checkout step. This is the final step that is really crucial before the final purchase event step. So if you have this information fed back to your data pixel, it can optimize for this event. And then you can also create retargeting audiences using this particular pixel event in your data set. Right now when I'm recording this video, I'm keeping 3 people in my mind. One is the small business owner who wanted to track the initiate checkout event on their ads manager and want to see how many people are actually visiting their ads and in doing the initiate checkout. This video can also be helpful for all the digital marketing people who are trying to configure this event for their clients, and in the end, the freelancer, just like other people who are like me, who are trying to do these things for clients on Upwork and Fiverr. However, this video is not any kind of digital marketing strategy where I'm going to tell you how you can leverage this event on your ads manager or how you can create retargeting audiences. This video is also not any kind of general e-commerce training, therefore don't expect me to train you how to create products and things like that. This video is also not any kind of intensive coding session, so although I'm going to show you how to create the data layer, this is not any kind of debugging session with the data layer or any kind of things like that. While that is out of the way, in order to make sure that you can really leverage the best out of this video, I have created sections in this one. So there are 4 different sections of the video. In the first section of the video, we are going to see how we can add Google Tag Manager container on all the pages of your website. And in the second section, we are going to configure Facebook configuration tag so that you can track all of the events such as page view. In the third section of the video, I'm going to show you how we can add that data layer event so we can have additional information such as value, currency, item IDs, and all the good stuff that we need for the advanced optimization. And in the last section of the video, we are going to create the event that will read the values from the data layer and send it back to the Facebook Pixel for the initiate checkout event. By the end of the video, you will be able to see how to track this initiate checkout event and how you can verify that using this Pixel helper extension and using the test event section on your Facebook Pixel. We will be able to track the value parameter, the currency, the IDs, and all the good things that you need for the advanced matching of this event. And before jumping into the video, I have some ground rules that can help you get the best out of this video. First thing is, watch the video from start to end before you actually get into your computer and try to implement everything step by step. I know that it is really daunting because I have learned after doing hundreds and hundreds of hours of tutorials that it never helps. Watch the video first so that you can understand the concept much more better, and then you can make any notes or any question that you might have while you're watching the video in the comment section, or you can reach directly to me on the website. You can find a contact now button somewhere on the page. That is out of the way, let's just start configuring Google Tag Manager container on our website. To configure the Google Tag Manager container on our website, we need to do one thing. We need to have the body code of the Google Tag Manager container on all the pages of the website on our WordPress store, right? And there are like 10 different ways to do that. We can do that using theme.php file. We can use that using function.php or header.php file. We can also use some other plugins such as the header and footer code and all the other plugins. However, when I work with a WooCommerce store, most likely I'm going to work with one particular plugin, and it's called GTM for WP. So let's just quickly go to our WordPress store, and under plugins, let's just search for add a new plugin. Once you will click on add a new plugin, this will take you to a new page where we can search for all the plugins that are available for our use. So let's just search for GTM for WP. This plugin has been created by Thomas Greger, and this is one of the best plugins I have used for Google Tag Manager and WooCommerce integrations. So once you're going to click on install now, this will install the plugin on your store, and once the installation has been completed, you can just click on the activate button so that the plugin is activated. Once the activation process is completed, there is one minor glitch in WordPress where you actually have to refresh the page in order for the settings to work. So now the plugin is active, let's just click on the refresh button and scroll down to the settings section. Now you can see an additional option for Google Tag Manager. Once you will click on that, the only thing that we are required in this plugin is the Google Tag Manager container ID right here. And you can get this container ID directly by going to the tagmanager.google.com. If you don't have a container before, you can simply create a new one, or if you already have a container, just navigate into this one. Since we already have our demo container, we can copy the code right here, or you can click on this button and then you can copy the Google Tag Manager code right here. So let's just copy this code and go back to the plugin, paste the code right here and hit save changes. There is one minor bug in this lovable plugin that we have here, that as soon as you will hit save changes, it turns off the container code for some reason. So make sure that this is on and then you can hit save changes again. Great. By doing this, ideally you should have Google Tag Manager container firing on all the pages of the website, but let's just make sure that it's working alright. So on your Google Tag Manager container, click on the preview button. This will open a new tab, which is a temporary debug window session where we can see all kind of events that are firing on our website. You can add any kind of URL that you have on your web page. Let's just go to the cart page, because why not? Once this window is connected with our Google Tag Manager container and the website is open, we have a few different ways to verify this. You can use a Google Tag Legacy Assistant Chrome extension that I have installed right here. And once the web page has been loaded, since my internet is really slow for some reasons today, we have to might wait 1 extra second for everything. Now the cart page has finally loaded after million seconds. And we can see that the Google Tag Manager container code snippet is actually firing. As long as this tag is green or blue, it should be good. However, if it is yellow and red, then you need to make sure that there is no issue with the configurations. We can also verify the information from this pop-up option we have here, which says that the tag assistant has been connected. And if you will go to the preview section, you can also see that the tag container is connected with the cart page and the events are working fine. Perfect, we are done with the section 1. I'm really proud of you. Let's just go to the second section where we are going to configure the Facebook Pixels configuration tag on our Google Tag Manager container. Similar to how we had multiple options for Google Tag Manager configuration, we do have multiple options for Facebook Pixel configuration tag. We can use custom HTML code, we can add directly code to the website, we can have 10 different things. However, in this video, I'm going to recommend what I really use for Facebook Pixel configuration tag, and that is the template tag created by Facebook Archive team. And to get the template tag, you can go to the template section on your Google Tag Manager container and click on Search Gallery. Here, you can find all kind of tags, triggers, variables that has been created by the team that is working effortlessly to make our Google Tag Manager experience really better. So let's just search for Facebook Pixel and select the Facebook Pixel tag that has been created by Facebook Archive here. Once you're going to add that to the workspace, this will be available for us to use inside the tag section. So let's just go to the tag section and see what kind of options do we have in this tag. Let's click on new, and since we want this tag to fire on all the pages of the website, because we want to track page view event on all the pages, let's just select triggers and click on all pages event. This all pages trigger is created by default, we don't have to create a new one. And if you will see that under custom, we do have a new tag which is called Facebook Pixel, and the only thing it requires is the Facebook Pixel ID. And that's pretty much it. We can go to our events manager directly by visiting business.facebook.com, or if you are on ads manager, you can just click on this all tools and then you can search for event manager on the top, or you can find event manager somewhere in this list. Once you will click on event manager, this will take you to the event manager page, and then you can click on data sources. If you don't have any Facebook Pixel or data set before, you can create a new one. However, if you already have a data pixel, then you can just select this one. The only thing we are looking for is the pixel ID that we can copy from here, or we can copy the ID from here. Once we got the ID, we can go back to the Facebook template tag and we can paste the ID right here. Let's rename this tag to Facebook configuration tag. And for some reason, my spellings are not the best, so let's just do this. However, we can also do one minor optimization. Instead of pasting the ID like this, we can create a constant variable for this one, because we are going to use this ID again and again for view item event, and in this video we are going to use it again for initiate checkout event. So we might just create a variable for this. Let's save it as Facebook Pixel ID and hit save. Great, now we have created a variable and we can click save on the tag, and ideally this tag should work fine, but let's just not trust our instant. Let's also verify if this is working alright. Before doing a test by clicking on the preview button again, I'm going to go on the event manager and click on the test event section so that I can actually see what kind of events are happening on the website. And now, since we have made changes to the variables and the tag section, we have to click on the preview button again. Whenever you make any changes on the Google Tag Manager, it's really advisable to click on the preview button just so that you can have the fresh connection. Alright. Once we click on the preview button, the debug window is going to connect again with our website. And once the debug window is live on the next website, make sure that you don't have any kind of ad blockers on the page, because ad blockers blocks Facebook pixel requests. And you can use this Facebook pixel helper extension to see the events that are firing, and I can see that the page view event is firing perfectly, so that's good. We can also verify the same information from the debug window. We can see that the Facebook tag has fired, so that's good. And we can also verify the same information from the test event center, and I can see that the page view event has been recorded from the cart page, so that's good. We have verified the same information from 3 different places, and that's how you can tell that if everything is working alright. Great. Now we can happily move to the third section, where we are going to configure the data layer event, which is the most important thing if you want to make sure everything is working alright. To enable the data layer, we only have to do some settings in the configuration tag. So let's just go to our Google Tag Manager container plugin that we have added on our WooCommerce store and go to the integration section. If you will go to the integration section, you will see an option for WooCommerce. Then just select track e-commerce event. Scroll down and hit save changes, and that's it. You literally have to do track e-commerce event and hit save changes. But again, whenever we do something, we don't just rely on our instinct that it's working. We always verify that whether it's working or not. And to verify if this event is working, we can go back to our website and refresh the page just to make sure that the view cart event is firing on this page. And once we can verify the view cart event is firing, we can click on the button that says proceed to checkout to see if it is actually working. But since my internet is really horrible today, everything is taking millions of seconds to work, so bear with me a little. Once I click on the button, it should redirect me to the checkout page, where I will see a checkout form where I have information of name, email address, billing, and etc. etc. Finally, it worked, and we can see that the begin checkout event is firing on our data layer, and we can see information such as value and item array and the currency, etc. Great, now we can move to the fourth section of the video, and this section is the most intensive one. So I want you to make sure that you are paying really close attention to all the things that I'm saying and doing on my screen, alright? The first thing that we need to do is create data layer variable that can store these information such as items array, such as currency, such as value, etc. in the variables. And then we need one way to map these variables from Google Analytics 4 configuration that you're looking at the screen right now to something that Facebook Pixel can actually accept and understand. For that, we are going to use some variables again. But first thing first, let's just create some variables so that we can capture currency, value, and items array. Let's just go to Google Tag Manager container and go to the variable sections. And in the variable section, we are going to create some new data layer variables. Let's click on the new button and let's just select the data layer variables. Since this e-commerce is an object, we can see that because of the curly brackets. To access anything inside an object, we need e-commerce.currency and e-commerce.value and e-commerce.items. So let's just create the first one with e-commerce.value, and let's rename the variable as dlv e-commerce.value. Now we need to do the same thing for currency. Let's just do that. It's too slow, brother. Now we need to do the same thing for currency. Let's do that. And let's do dlv e-commerce.currency. And in the last, we need the one thing for the items array. So let's quickly create one for the items array. Great, now we have all of these variables inside of Google Tag Manager, and now we need to find a way to map these variables into content IDs, content names, contents, and num items array. To do that, we are going to use another variables template that has been created by the very wonderful team of Stave. So let's just click on search gallery, and we are going to look for Facebook parameter generator. This Facebook parameter generator is going to transform these values for us in a really easier way. So let's just go back to the variables and create the first template variable first. Let's just click on new and select Facebook parameter generator. It only requires 5 different things from it. The first thing is the items array, and we have the items array right here inside the e-commerce.items. So let's just quickly select that since we have already created it. So this is e-commerce.items. Perfect. The next thing we need is product ID. In our items array, the ID of the items are inside item underscore ID. So let's just select that. Then we need item underscore name. In my case, item underscore name is under item underscore name. So let's select that. The product price is under price. So let's copy this one. And the product quantity for me is under quantity. So let me select that. Great. Now we can rename this variable as Facebook parameter generator, e-commerce items, and contents. Perfect. Now we have to do the same thing for content underscore IDs, content underscore name, and num item. We can create the new variable again and again. However, I'm going to choose a simpler option, which is copy and pasting the existing one. So let's copy this one and select content underscore IDs and rename the variable to content underscore IDs. Let's do the copy and paste again for content names. Let's copy the variable, select content name, and rename this to content name. And let's do this one more time for num items so we can have the total number of items that we have in this event. So let's just select num items and do num items array. Perfect. This is working great. Now we have everything that we need, and we can go to the tag section to finally create a new event. Unlike Facebook Pixel's configuration tag where we have selected an all page view event, we don't want this event to fire on all the pages, because if the user is on the home page, we don't want to fire initiate checkout event on the home page. So we want to fire this event on a specific custom event, and the name of the custom event is exactly this one. You can select begin checkout event as a custom event. So whenever this event is fired inside the data layer, that's when we want to fire the begin checkout event for Facebook Pixel. So for the trigger, we have the begin checkout event, and for the tag, let's create a new Facebook Pixel tag template. Since we already have the Facebook Pixel ID in a template, says let's import this one first. And the name of the event is initiate checkout. Great. Now we need to send some values to this one that we have already created under variables. We have to send value, we have to send currency, we need contents, then we need content underscore IDs, we need content underscore type, we need content underscore name, and the last one is num underscore items. The value is inside e-commerce dot value, so let's select that. The currency is under e-commerce dot currency. The contents are under this Facebook parameter generator ones. The content IDs are here. Then the content type is a constant variable and it's product. So let's just manually type it. The names are here, and then we have num underscore items under this one. Let's rename this variable to Facebook Pixel initiate checkout. Again, ideally this event should be working alright. However, just to be super sure if it is working alright, let's click on the preview button and trigger this event one more time on our WooCommerce store. Great. Once we are on the cart page, let's just click on this button that says initiate checkout. For me, it says proceed to checkout. Once we will click proceed to checkout and we are redirected to the checkout page, we can click on this Facebook Pixel Helper extension, and this will show us all the events that are firing. So we have the page view event, and then we also have the configuration event for initiate checkout. We can see that we have content IDs, we have contents name, we have products, we have contents, and then we have value and everything that we needed. I don't see the currency parameter. Maybe I forgot to add currency, or did I? We have added the currency. Let's verify the event on Facebook Event Manager and see if we have the currency parameter here. For some reasons, the currency parameter did not came through. So let's quickly check what happened there. Let's just go to the variable and select the begin checkout event. And let's try to find the currency parameter. It's under e-commerce.currency. Oh, for some reason the value is undefined. Maybe we made some error while creating the variable. So let's just quickly go to the variables tab to verify where the error might have happened. Let's go to currency. I can see where I did the blunder. Since my spellings are not the best, and I made a small Curre and Cy. Now it's good. You see, I made a small error in the spelling. So now we can do one more test and hopefully this should work fine. That's why you should always do tests to make sure that there are no errors. Even the silly ones that I make sometimes. Alright, now we are on the cart page again, and we can click on the proceed to checkout button just to make sure that we are redirected to the checkout page. And on the proceed to checkout option, now we should hopefully see the begin checkout event with the currency parameter. Alright, let's check on the Pixel Helper extension, and great, I can see the currency parameter is coming in, and I should also be able to verify this information right here. Perfect, we have done everything that was required. Let's just quickly submit all the changes that we need. So that all of the things that we have really worked hard on, they are not in the draft mode, but they are actually published on the website. Great. And if you have survived so far in the video, I have a really good surprise for you. If you will go to the description of the video, you will find the JSON file of this Google Tag Manager container, which we have spent the last 30 minutes trying to configure. And you don't have to create any templates, you don't have to create any variables and do any kind of testing. All you can do is go to the admin section on your Google Tag Manager container, download the container from the link in the description below, and click on import container. Once you will click on import container, select the configuration file that you have downloaded, like this one. Click on existing, select the workspace, and then just click on merge. Once you will click on merge, you can hit confirm changes, and this will add all the tags, all the triggers, and all the variables that you need for this event. And if you will go to the tag section, you will see that you have all the tags, you have all the triggers, you have all the variables. The only change you have to do is go to the Facebook Pixel ID and just replace the value with the Facebook Pixel ID. And you should be good to go. So yeah, and now we are successfully tracking the initial checkout event. If you want to see how to track add payment info event, click on this video right here. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.